Judicial Watch has highlighted how Hunter went to China at least 5 times on Air Force Two with Joe Biden. First up, of course, is the breaking news that evidently, and I'm kind of reading headlines almost as we speak, that there was another shoot down of a vehicle, I think in Alaskan waters. It looks like it was probably another Chinese spy vehicle, or at least that's the rampant speculation. But it highlights the escalation of the threat from China, the brazen escalation that was ignored by President Biden at his State of the Union, which had a vague pushback on China, but nothing terribly explicit. So, this soft on China, the soft on the Chinese communist approach is certainly endemic, typically from the left side of the political spectrum. But to be clear, many Main Street Republicans are a bit nervous about highlighting the strategic threat of China because of the corporate investment that there is in China and the fact that we now rely on China for so much of our consumer goods and other goods that are quite important to our industrial base and sometimes even our defense industry. And on top of that, as I've highlighted before, we have the issue of a compromised president who, through his I think the evidence is his, but certainly his son's business dealings with China while he was vice president and after he was vice president, while he was in private sector, have compromised him. The Judicial Watch has highlighted how Hunter went to China at least 5 times on Air Force Two with Joe Biden. And so I can't imagine this isn't part of the calculation when China is figuring out what to do vis-a-vis the United States. We think, I'm just gaming out what the Chinese communists might be thinking. Well, Joe's on the take, so we've got him over a barrel, so let's push, because he knows what we know about him. And so I think that's placed our national security at risk. Judicial Watch has launched a series of FOIAs on the Chinese balloon scandal. And of course, you have the subsequent dishonesty by the Biden administration and the media by falsely suggesting initially that this, quote, happened under Trump, when in fact there's little to no information that at least the civilians who are running the defense of our country under Trump were made aware of this. So I don't even believe anything this administration is saying with respect to Trump, but FOIAs will help, I think, elucidate or disclose what the truth is about this. But in the meantime, we face this increasing threat from China, and which we invited an escalation from in refusing to shoot down the balloon that traversed our country for the better part of a week. By all accounts, now a 200-foot tall balloon. So think of a balloon that's 20 stories tall with a payload the size of a small jet airliner. Inexcusable that we hadn't taken action. And I'm highlighting this issue because I think there is a connection between Biden's corruption and the Chinese provocations. And I think the same goes for the invasion of Ukraine. And I'm going to say it again and again and again, because I guarantee you aren't hearing this from the mainstream media or other folks who follow these stories closely. So once again, Judicial Watch taking the lead in investigating the issue of malign Chinese activities here in the United States, and specifically with respect to Joe Biden and his administration.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like our video down below.